Alright guys, welcome to the stream. I know the countdown's still going, but I thought I'd just come along and say hi because I'm not sure exactly when we'll get the first game through. But, as some of you may have ascertained, we are joining a tournament in progress. So, let's take a look down at January Cup number 1 and see what has come before. So, if we toss, I think we can successfully go through and talk about the fallen from the round of 16 because 14 teams have signed up to play. So Violence Blue, as we can see up here, will be taking on a Mi Vida Loca from Japan, who beat out Severe to get to the quarterfinals. So a tough match from Mi Vida Loca. Montrex Crew were beaten out by Beast Senior, also from Japan. They'll be facing up against Elite, who beat out Koladu. Team Kimono and Arsenal, both from Japan, will be facing off in this particular quarterfinals. Arsenal beating out Yak Nation before. The yak, the most terrifying of all the animals. Mokro, that's very sweet of you to say. Yes, I think this will constitute our 9 of Modern Combat 5 in a row. Oh boy. And Thug Life and ANG have already resolved their differences, with ANG advancing to face off against what's that team name? Miracle. Okay, I feel like I'm missing something there. But another team from Japan. A very... Oops, sorry, I think I've gone to the wrong tournament there. Let's get ourselves all cleaned up. There we go. Back into things. Rappers hip hop. I certainly don't speak Spanish. I don't think you're probably talking to me though. Though I've been trying to learn because it is a great language. I think we may have our first semi-final up for the grabbing. So what I will do is I will quickly start putting together our giveaways for today. So in that case, we're going to have to bang through them pretty quickly because we've only got a few rounds to get them all done. So I'm going to get those started. Let's see. So excuse me for a second while I get those all typed up and pretty looking. Right. So our first giveaway is going to be on Mob Crush. Type hashtag semi into the Mob Crush chat to enter in. Let's get ourselves live on Facebook as well, because we've got a lot of Modern Combat 5 and not a lot of time to do it. So I'm just going to let our guys on Facebook know about it. And we'll be off underway with our first game before too much longer. Let me just check we've got everything in place. Okay, I think that's going to be our first pass key. I'm just going to actually bring the brightness off my iPad a bit so I can actually see what the heck's going on. Alright, hopefully that's the correct pass key to get us in for our Violence Blue versus Elite game number 1. I think it is. Alright. So we'll hopefully have not too much more ado before we get that one started. So Violence Blue and their opponents, Elite. Some call them wicked, some call them the scariest team of all of Modern Combat 5. I mean, I don't know if any of that's true, but it's certainly very exciting. So let's go with that. Elite professional puppy eaters. That's possibly a bit too much. Alright, maybe they are rude to crossing guards. That seems a little bit judgmental. I'm trying to think of something that would make sense to everyone to try and characterize Elite as the villains of the piece without being a little too unfair. Maybe you guys can help me out in the chats across our different platforms. Can you think of some probably entirely fictional backstories for these teams to make them sound more dramatic? I mean, certainly Violence Blue are a team that have been around a lot. I think they did... they've more recently have lost out a couple of times in December Cup number 5 and 3. They did lose out to Team Kimono and Dearly Beloved respectively. But they still come in as our number 1 seed. So the way that seeding kind of works in these tournaments is a lot of it's based on kind of tenure. Like a team that's been around for a long time will tend to have a higher seed than the team that's necessarily had a lot of success in recent times. So Violence Blue have been around for an enormously long time, and they've also done pretty well most of the time. So yeah, they will get number 1 seed, but they're not necessarily favourites coming into this one. Let's see, if we go back to Cup number whichever it is, let's see, so Blue Cup number 5, the winners there, who were they? Team Kimono took out Beast Senior in the finals. So we'd expect, so Team Kimono are already in the other semi-finals. Beast Senior were already beaten by Elite. So we're going to see a different finals today. Suzugan P, can the streamer read this comments? Yes, we can. Oh, I can. I'm all by myself. But hashtag semi, as Chase has successfully managed to do on Mob Crush. Good to see you back, Chase. Go4MC5, overthinking it. I contest that quite strongly, sir. I feel like I'm not even thinking it through enough. Oh, hello. I think we've got ourselves a new lobby. DM Gaming, why do you have to buy colours in Modern Combat Versus? I'm afraid I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't have too much knowledge about Modern Combat Versus, being that I'm unfortunately mainly versed, as much as I can be, in Modern Combat 5. They are made by different studios, both Gameloft, but from based in different parts of the world, so don't get too much sight of that. But hey, you can certainly always, I mean, the Modern Combat community at gmail.com is really more oriented towards Modern Combat 5, but you can always send through an email if you like, and they can always be passed along to the Versus developers. So let me just bring us in to lobby. So we're starting with our semi-finals, which means that things are moving at quite the clip. So Salman Al-Abaidi, it's a giveaway for 500 credit arenas. Let's see. Yes, Go4MC5, the higher the number, the lower the... No, sorry, the lower the number, the lower the seed. As Clement Weddle is saying, we have got a bit of a delay because a lot of the Gameloft developers are away on holiday right now, which is why there's been a delay on the credits coming through, but that bottleneck should start being relieved once they get back in from next week, though it won't happen immediately. I give them a little bit of time to catch up because they've also got to do their other jobs as well, but they'll start coming out. Thanks, Smooth Shares. It's entirely possible I may have not realized that was the case, so thank you for letting me know. But yes, let's get into our first semi-final between Elite and Violence Blue. Once this particular series is over, we will be drawing our Mob Crush winner because we've got a very abbreviated stream today. So please do get those entries in, because you have so very little time. Shazam! Let's get into game itself with no more mucking around. So we're on the iOS platform. So I'll be using my trusty iPad to guide us around. It's Frijolito, my good friend and buddy, long time trying to figure out how to pronounce their name, partner. Going to be joining us for the first Blue Cup of the year. Smooth Zeros? Yes, thank you again. Let's see. Sugazan, what were you talking about? The prestige weapons are OP. Well, you'll be glad to know that prestige weapons are not part of these ESL tournaments. Let's see who's getting these kills. It's going to be Turquoise and the rest of the Violence Blue crew, who definitely have not been trying to think of rhymes for while I've been doing this. Oh, hey Prestige, I'm happy that you do love Modern Combat. You are definitely in the right place if you do. And thank you again to Clement for doing all this hard work as your friendly neighborhood moderator. One of the nicest chaps I've had the fortune of running across in me travels. Smooth Zeros still don't see the game. That's weird. Smooth Zeros, try refreshing the stream if you're not seeing the game, because it's definitely the game is definitely going out right now. Violence Blue are up 10-6, now to 7, as Summer and Punks able to knock themselves through a couple of kills. Let's see where those numbers are lying. I think it's Bob with a slightly better score. Mokro, Frijolito does definitely make me happy because he's one of the few people with names which I didn't know before, who I now know how to say, so I'll just say it as many times as I can. Hey Leslie Yabby over on Mob Crush, lovely to see you back again. Appreciate all you guys who've stuck around for what's been an incredibly long stream for the Android taunt, and now we're just getting things started on iOS, even though this will be a shorter iOS taunt than normal, because the thing is kind of overrunning. But yes, Frijolito, we will literally stay with them just so I can say their name over and over again. Okay, fine. I guess we better go look at somebody else. Pfft. Such harsh taskmasters you are. Let's drop in with PNX, who is doing some nice work for the Elite team, who are struggling a little bit in this game, but PNX is stepping it up. I think the strongest individual performance in the game, yes, definitely. Prestige, what would you say is the best weapon in the game? Well, I mean, certainly there's... I mean, you're looking at the tier 7 for the Morph, it's incredibly popular. The BSW, the tier 7 for the Sniper, also incredibly widespread. I'd probably say they are the most popular games. But I don't... sorry, the popular weapons in the game. But I don't know whether or not they're strictly the best. Refu, Tops, and Mass, you're doing a draw. Interesting. What are you drawing? I'm intentionally misunderstanding you. Excuse me for a moment while I drink some tea. Right, where were we? Being excessively British? Yes, I think that's what we were doing. Frijolito! Yes! Let's drop back in with them. They've managed to pick things up. Frijolito, definitely not my favourite player, just for the name. I think we figured out before it was some sort of small nut, I think. Oh my god, Frijolito, you monster, coming out from behind Violence Blue and tearing through them. Elite looking pretty good right now, thanks to the littlest Frijo that ever was. Forget it. Anyway, let's... Actually, Frijolito's got the best score at the moment, so I'm actually justified in spending all my time talking about them. Excellent! Things working out pretty well for Counterfeit this time round. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, my name is Peter Counterfeit Hartnell. I'll be bringing you today's tournament with all its ups and downs. Violence Blue and Elite going head to head, neck and neck, down to the wire. Elite only need 2 more, Violence only need 3 to secure this first game on Scramble. Fighting around the command center, Violence Blue trying to take shelter. Let's see if we can get a view from inside the house. PNX going to drop out one of the strongest performing members of Elite. This could be disaster for them at the worst possible moment. When they need their strongest players, they will be bereft, but no! The rest of Elite step up, get 2 kills, and secure Game 1 against Violence Blue. Woof! Pyrogram are prestige weapons allowed in this game, not in the ESL tournaments at least. So yes, you'll see a bit more variety than perhaps you're used to. So looking back at that one, it's going to be my good pal, Frijolito, who is going to free Elite from the clutches of Violence Blue, or will they? It's still incredibly close, only 2 kills separated, and we've got at least 1 more match between these 2 guys, so please do stay tuned. Mob Crush giveaway will conclude at the end of this series. Alright guys, let's get this one started. Sorry, I'm just gonna flip. Oops, hello, didn't expect that to happen. Just gonna flip over my iPad to make things a little bit easier for myself. So I do apologize, this will just take a second. There we go. Back into things. So yes, once more we see Elite and Violence Blue clash, but they have switched sides. Elite managed to take the game one in pretty convincing fashion, but Violence Blue, now we've headed on for one night at the museum, have started things off pretty darn strongly for themselves. Remix and Bob and Turquoise all going to have 2 and 1 kills. Now 3 and 1 for Bob cleans up the tail end of that fight. Violence Blue fighting for survival in this game. Mr. R7. Let's see, if it's been 3 weeks, that would have been during December. I would say if you're still, Mr. R7, if you're still missing your credits by the end of next week, then I will pass the details across again. But the Gameloft are coming back from holidays during the next week, so they should be getting caught up on all that kind of stuff. Then, I do apologise for the delay in those coming out. I'll have to see for another time if there's any way which I can maybe just get enough access to do that myself to stop it from being an issue for you guys. But I think it might be too deeply embedded in Gameloft's system to be able to just... I think they have to make requests to send out credits because of the potential for abuse. Still, back to the game in hand. Violence Blue looking pretty good here after their game 1 loss to Elite. Now on the museum, they have managed to lock things down pretty darn thoroughly. Turquoise able to just walk out, take away a life just like that. And that will be why they are top of the scoreboard. Nitro will be in the second place. BSW, of course, going to be coming out and showing what they're made of. No Way Gaming, the Hacksaw can only stream on Sundays, so which is why he's not here for today. But he will be back in approximately, let's see, 14 hours? I think that's right. 14 hours from now when we do the iOS Red tournament. So, that's just something to bear in mind for the future. I'm personally hoping that we can maybe do these iOS tournaments on a Sunday, just so we can have Hacksaw as part of this, because I too very much enjoy casting with him. But we'll see how it works out. Anyway, back into things. Violence Blue with a lead of 8. Now 9, looking pretty damn good for themselves. Let's see who's looking the best. So it's actually going to be Veterans on the side of Elite. Frijolito not doing so well on the museum, but Veterans and Summer stepping up a little bit for Elite, who have been lagging behind for a while, but perhaps they can come back and make something of something. Let's see how it goes. 3 minutes left to play. Violence Blue looking pretty good. Remix and VV able to get kills for themselves. Veterans will get cut down as well, and with him perhaps go the hopes of Elite. VV doing some really nice stuff here, honestly. Let's see if we can follow along. Down to 18% health now. 15 do get cut up, but it may be too little too late. Elite now in a whole world of hurt, a whole world of trouble. Violence Blue racing towards that 50 kill mark. They don't want to get knocked out at this stage, and it seems like they've got a much stronger grasp on how to play out the game on Museum. Nick, I would appreciate you over on the YouTube chat not being mean about the ESL admins, because they are extremely hard-working individuals. Violence Blue only a couple of kills away, and they will secure a 15 kill advantage on Museum. Violence Blue, I think, sending a message there. They are not intending to get knocked out in this semi-finals, but it will mean we're going to rush for our final game of this semi-finals. Please do stay tuned and we'll bring that back to you as soon as we have it for you. Alright folks, let's get it on. Heading out onto the streets to determine who will go forwards into our grand finals today. Will it be Elite? Will it be Violence Blue? Let us know in the chat who you think is gonna take it. Violence do get the first couple of kills, taking out my good friend and close personal pal Frijolito, who I don't really know at all, but I enjoy saying their name, and that's all I need. But Violence Blue, all they'll need is a clean sweep of Elite, wiping them off the board entirely and preserving every single one of their players along with their power-ups for round number 2. Let's take a look and see. It's going to be Remix and Bob picking up those kills. 2 kills, 0 deaths apiece. One of the Violence members, I think, I'm not sure who it was who left the game there, because we still seem to have 5 on each side. So not quite sure what's happening. But anyway, around it, this is elimination style, so anybody leaving, I don't believe will be able to join back in the same round. Frijolito are going to go down to Remix in the early going. We've got a capture in progress for Violence Blue, who are trying to make sure they hold onto that central relay point, and I think Elite might be looking at some connection issues here, as one of their players just standing there receives a face full of slack. Summer gets caught off guard by Remix, hitting them in the back with that tier 7 heavy shotgun, and it comes just down to PNX to try and save things for the team. I think Elite are having some fairly serious connection issues here, which is a real shame for them and a pretty bad way to lose out on the semi-finals. Milkro, you like Frijolito as well? Well, that is cool. I like them because they seem nice before and they have a cool name. Honestly, what more could you ask for? Clement Weatherly, I think you are right. Violence Blue look to be set to take out Elite. It is a shame that it seems to have been mostly Elite struggling with their own connections over anything else, but Violence Blue have been able to do pretty well for themselves. Veterans runs right into Bob, who's more than happy to oblige him with a bullet to the skull, and now it comes down to Louis, as again Elite drop a player. I think they're most of their players going at this point, and that will be it. Violence Blue take the semi-final. They have secured their spot in our grand final today. Commiserations to Elite. Team Kimono will meet Violence Blue in that final, so we're going to have to bang through these giveaways real quick. So, with that in mind, we will not have any further ado. We will draw a Mob Crush winner right away, because we've only basically got a finals to go through before we're done. So we may have to run 3 giveaways simultaneously, which will be interesting. Right, so let's see. Okay, our Mob Crush winner will be King MC5. So King MC5, if you are still around on any of our platforms, please do post in your dog tag and platform, and you will be our official winner of the day. Oh great, you are there. So I'm just going to get your entries put in over here. I'm going to set up with a special place in me notes for the old okay. Oh, Graph Lunatic, you never change. Right, King MC5. Excellent stuff, got your deets. So that means we've got 3 giveaways to get going during our grand finals. Whew. Yes, King MC5, don't worry, I've got your details in there. Dog tag and platform. So we'll drop ourselves to a quick break, and we'll be back with those grand finals while giveaways take place on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time. Oh gosh, it's going to get out of control very quickly. But, yes, we'll be back in about 7 minutes or so with that grand final, so please do stay tuned. It's grand final time. Team Kimono against Violence Blue. We're on the construction site for our first best of 5 game. Who do you guys think is going to take it? Let us know in the chat. Team Kimono or Violence Blue. Both teams get an early kill. Oh boy, that's the saddest looking werewolf I've ever seen on the floor. It's actually quite rare to see someone kill someone and then be dead in their post-kill kill scream. But alright, getting things started off early. Yes, Zentic, this has been a very abbreviated tournament because the previous Android tournament overran pretty heavily, so we've actually missed most of this tournament. But hey, at least we get to see the finals. And again, we're looking at a enemy team where they've got definitely at least got one of their members who are having connection problems. So a little surprising for a grand finals. So Team Kimono from one of the many Japanese teams who've taken part today. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Japanese teams that have played today, and 4 of those teams made it through to the... is that all of them? Actually, wait, maybe yes, maybe I'm counting it wrong. Let's see. Mavida Loca made it through to quarterfinals, B Senior made it through to quarterfinals, Kimono and Arsenal did, and Michelangelo. So yes, all of the Japanese teams did make it through to quarters today, but only this one remains, and oh dear, what happened there? I don't know. Okay, well that's unfortunate, we got tossed out of the game. So I can only apologise for that. I guess what we'll have to do to kill a bit of time. Oh, well, that's not so strong. Tornado Gaming, if I have a suggestion from watching very briefly watching one of your videos, I'd say that something to watch out for is I would try and pick up a font, like try and go if you're going to, rather than doing talking over your videos, if you're going to just write on the screen, I would try and go for a better font than you're using at the moment, because it's a little hard to read in the background. Dark blue is not a very easy to read. So I'd maybe Roboto Bold is probably the font I would go with if you want to make it look nice. And I'd probably go with white. If you can, try and get white with an outline of black to try and make sure that it's readable on every background. Anyway, that's my advice column. So while we're waiting to pick up the grand finals, let's give ourselves a custom match. Why don't we? So it's going to set it up now. Let's go into overtime since we hadn't had a chance to do that on iOS with a team battle. Let's pop that up. And make sure everything's in place for you guys to join right in. So as always, the passkey will be ESL123. And I'll be watching from the sidelines, as any good spectator is wont to do. Bear in mind, we've got YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook all ongoing. So please do let us know. So if any of you guys wondering where the finals are, we've had a bit of a disconnection problem. Don't know if it was significant enough of a server hiccup to send us to the sidelines, but we'll chill for a little while and just mess around on overtime while we're waiting for everyone to catch up with us. Okay, Tornado Gaming, I look forward to seeing some easier to read videos from you in the future. I'm merely speaking from hard-won experience myself of watching things back and be like, oh boy, that's really hard. yes, Zentic, you do make a good point. That it's tough to know as a YouTuber, are you... I think there's a degree of you should probably always be hustling, always trying to tell people about your channel in order to get people there in the first place, but yes, I mean, there's something also to be said for making as high quality content as you can, so that the people who are subscribing will actually watch your stuff, as opposed to anything else. Jamming Gaming, well, we've got a few moments. I'll have a quick look through and see if I can spot a video of yours, Jammin. I've never watched any of your stuff, so as good a time as any. Let's see. Ooh, don't want to put you in timeout. I'll go to your channel. Let's see. Alright. Let's just go for whatever your first video is. Okay, no videos recently. That's weird. Alright. Let's see. Jamming Gaming. 1v6 snipers gone totally wrong. I like the clickbait title, Jamin. See, Jamin's got a much better font going on in his video. Though I'm not such a huge fan of the kind of fly-in font. Oh god, why is this gameplay like at 1,000 times speed? That does not look good, Jamin Gaming. That's really hard to watch. Really hard. What's... Am I watching on like double speed or something? No. Okay, Jamin, I would really recommend against doing high speed, low frame rate. Ah, pants. I do apologise. I just had a bit of a hiccup there and it cancelled out the game. Alright, sorry about that. I will just get us set up again. Alright. Sorry about that. Clement Weatherly, it's raining cats and dogs there. Nicely played, nicely played. So, sorry about that, guys. Accidentally cancelled out of that game, but we'll just get it set up again. Hopefully you're all still around to come join in. So, I'll spam out the invitation. Same passkey, ESL123. Yes, Jamming Gaming, I would... So, something to watch out for if you are a content creator who wants to do slow motion or fast moving. Usually it's a problem if to do slow motion if you've got low frame rate videos, because it becomes very obvious because of each, how much space there is between each frame. So you're kind of looking to make sure you've got a very high frame rate on the footage you shot to allow for slow motion to work. But for some reason, Javan, looking at your video of high speed Mortal Kombat 5, it's just really confusing. So, and also that you put kind of little comments in it which flash up for like half a second. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to read those, but it's quite a difficult video to watch, honestly. I think there's a time and place for fast forwarding footage, but you just seem to have literally fast forwarded your footage so much it's almost impossible to watch. Oh boy. Alright. So I'd say Jamming Gaming, my feedback to you is probably don't make an entire video of fast forwarded footage because it looks awful. Alright, BLP Simon, I'll give you my expert advice as a no-name YouTuber myself. Actually, let's get this one started because I think we're going to get our next... We'll just get these guys set off because we're going to have our next tournament game almost straight away. So we'll run through, we'll get a couple of moments on the overtime map. I know you guys have been waiting to play, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to show it all, as is the commonplace. Oh, Javan Gaming, if it's fast forward ’2, I would honestly, it's a tough thing to pull off well, and it just, for me at least, I just don't like it. It's too confusing. Mortal Kombat 5 is very fast paced as it is. I can kind of understand what you're getting at, but I feel like you need to vary up your editing. Don't just make everything fast forward, otherwise it's basically really unpleasant to watch. Like, fast forwarding is fine for some of it, but like fast for some, slow for others, just kind of some kind of building of pace or slowing down of pace. Just I just think of some other techniques and fast forward being the only one you're using. BLP Simon, I don't know if I'll be able to give you opinions right now, because we're going to have to drop out this one to get into our next tournament game. But hopefully you guys do enjoy messing around on overtime. We'll hopefully get a chance to come back and show that properly a little bit later on. But we've got some games to get to, and we can waste no more time. So we'll be back in hopefully just a few more moments with that lobby. Alright guys, we are back into things. So unfortunately we did have some connection issues in game number 1 between Violence Blue and Kimono. We head on to the rooftops for game number 2. Hopefully our connection will hold during this. It is the wee hours of the morning in the UK, 3:16 AM. So maybe the internet is falling down a little bit, but I don't know. Let's get into things. I'm going to quickly hope to find out who won game number 1 between these two. So we can have a better idea of where this series stands. Kimono have managed to find themselves a small lead in the early going. I think it was a relatively even start to things. Kimono have managed to find a couple more kills actually. Let's look where they're landing. Seka and Spoon doing pretty well, 2-0 so far. Kimono putting themselves into a pretty comfortable position, setting up a defensive line to try and absorb the offense from Violence Blue, who of course are forced into that position with a 4-kill advantage for Kimono. They get to pick and choose whatever fights they want. Hey Teaz Sawant, nice to see ya. Remix does manage to take out Seka. Spoon gets a trade kill back though. managing to maintain that perfect record so far. Spoon, though, not remembering that the weapon was in need of a reload before the opposition came down the stairs, ends up costing them badly. But Clouds and the other members of Kimono do keep up the pressure, managing to keep that 4-kill advantage. So many teams will see get a 3 or 4 kill advantage and hold on to it for pretty much the whole game. But Kimono raining down fire on Violence Blue right now. This is our grand final game number 2. Kimono's certainly looking pretty good at the moment. In Vertigo Gaming, I mean, I guess asking for 500 credits is worth a try. Doesn't cost you anything to try, certainly. But you will have to win one of the giveaways. Let's see. So it's going to actually be Clouds, I think, with the strongest individual performance in the game so far. Let me just get some delicious water down myself. As Violence Blue struggle to keep up, have managed to close that 4-kill gap down to just 2, now 1. Remix gonna be the recipient, and there we go. Violence managed to take the lead. Turquoise really stepping up, manages to find Spoon jumping across, as we mentioned before in the last stream. Whenever you are moving from one level to another that way, you are extremely vulnerable. Mr. Perfect Dude, if you've got any suggestions as to things you'd like to see Gameloft develop, then please do let us know. modderncombatcommunity@gmail.com. I can't by any means guarantee that the ideas will be acted upon, but if Gameloft hear a lot of the same idea from their fans, then at least they've got a clearer idea of what the audience likes, even if it's not necessarily a new game, but just if Gameloft know that the community enjoys a certain game or a certain set of features, then it's more likely to appear in some form down the line, whether it be in a new game or as part of a pre-existing game, or indeed just as elements scattered throughout. It's very much worth letting Gameloft know. Jamming Gaming, you were banned. 3 Modern Combat 5 accounts, please unban them. Oh boy. Well, I'm not really the person to talk to about that, and I kind of feel that when you've had 3 accounts banned, maybe there's something that you're doing. I don't know. But yes, you'd have to talk to Gameloft directly, and I'm unfortunately not a Gameloft employee. Just do the old streaming for them, have nothing to do with account bans or nothing like that. Violence Blue managing to push themselves ahead by 3. 2 minutes left to play. Let's catch up with a good friend, Spoon Trademark. No one will have a name like Frohelita, though. So sad. Violence Blue up to 4 ahead. Kimono in a little bit of trouble here. I think we'll have to wait until this game is done to actually find out who won the game number 1 between the two, but given how close this game 2 has been, and how divisive the rooftop is as a map, I mean, it certainly feels like it draws on a very different skill set than a lot of the other maps do, just because of its sheer verticality. How much up-down you got going on. You've got these really, really high places to look down on, and just completely different tactical approaches to the game. Go4MC5, how do you keep such a positive mood for hours? I would be grumpy by now. Ah, that's a secret, Mokro. I'm grumpy all the time. But I just show it in a different way. But yeah, honestly, I just enjoy hanging out with you guys. Seeing some good old Mortal Kombat 5. And tomorrow I'll of course enjoy hanging out with our good friend and buddy Haxel, who should be joining us for iOS Red in approximately, let's see, 12 and a half hours or so from now. Violence Blue still only ahead by 3, but we've barely got any time left in this game. It is going to be Turquoise, the poor prince of destiny. Kimono bringing it down to the wire. Turquoise looking to try and get that last kill. Unfortunately, their mark will go around the corner. Spoon will take the kill, and Kimono will take the game. We will wait on the update for who won game number 1. We could be looking down a Kimono 2-0, or it could just be 1-1. Please do stay tuned. We'll update you as soon as we know. And those 3 simultaneous giveaways will all end when this series is over. Alright guys, we'll pop to the break and we'll be back in just a little bit. Alright guys, we are coming back in for game 3 of our grand finals. Just before BLP, please do remind me after the game. I've got some feedback about your YouTube video, which honestly I was relatively impressed by. I think you've got some very good potential there. But we're all about the two teams in our grand finals at the moment. One game apiece. Stolen away at last second by Kimono. It came down to the wire right at the end. And yes, as Clement's saying in the YouTube chat, there's no need to spam your entries. It will not in any way increase your chances of winning. Anywho, let's get on to conversion to see what we can make of these nice old sightline. Clouds finds a good place to conceal most of their body while firing across the open ground. Excuse me. Turquoise, the one of the kitty fists, or the paw print perhaps as we more rightly said, doing some nice work in the early going. But will get cut down. Kimono managing to keep things 6 apiece. Let's jump across to Turquoise. On the recon, doing some really nice work so far. So the snipers have become very, very popular. And the recon seems to have become a good answer. Turquoise managing to do a lot of great work. Well, Clement, you've now got the first taste of celebrity, which is people outrageously trying to suck up because they want something from you. Which, honestly, I can't hold against people because I would probably do the same thing in their position. Sills, Turquoise on the prowl, looking for an target. 5 minutes still to play. Valence Blue in a pretty reasonable lead, up just by 3 now. Clouds does not get another kill. See the gunfire off in the distance. Turquoise smelling blood will go in there and take out Spoon. Gets take as well, and Vivai gets Seka. Naoto manages to get a kill back onto Remix with Valence Blue stalking around. Go4MC5, you are correct. There are only so many videos I can watch. But I don't mind when it comes to, because I know that you guys are working hard, so I don't know how many more I'll get done this evening, but I'm always happy to give an opinion, especially if it's a short video. Because I'm a big fan of content creation, and it does feel like it's worthwhile to try and encourage you guys. So I know there are a lot of content creators who watch these videos, and I respect that this is a place for hopefully people feel comfortable in sharing their content, spamming it around the place, and hopefully getting some semi-sensible advice from not just myself but the others watching as well. Anyway, back into things properly. Kimono are starting to come back in this game 3. 3 minutes and 45 left to play. Valence Blue have been controlling the map pretty well so far. Though Taka and Seka managing to do some nice work there. It's actually going to be Spoon, the one with the bandage. Has a lot of kills, a lot of deaths so far. But Kimono are keeping up despite everything. Clouds manages to take out Bob, and Spoon finds a target from behind. Unfortunately can't land the blind shot there, which is a bit unfortunate. But no, I might have misspoken there actually, because Kimono have managed to catch themselves up. Gonna get mixed up in close quarters. Remix kills themselves, and Kimono have caught up. Yes, Clement makes a good point. If your entries do get deleted for spamming too much, then you will miss out on your chance to enter. In Vertigo Gaming, if you'd like to know something about little old me, my name is Peter Counterfeit Hartnell. You can find me on Facebook under that name, or Counterfeit Cast on YouTube. I will be bringing it along with Hacksaw the iOS Red tournaments tomorrow. This is the finals of iOS Blue. So hope you guys have enjoyed what you've seen so far. We've had a very, very long Android tournament, which did cut into some of our blue broadcast schedule. But hey, at least we've got to bring you guys the very best games of the tournament. Ah, Clement Weatherly, you're too kind. Clement, as you may have gathered, is helping out on the as a community moderator, making sure all the fine folks watching get what they need. Perter. Maybe I should change my name to Perter just so you're right. So please do give Clement all of the respect, or otherwise you would give myself and the other staff working on this event who are trying to make sure everyone gets as good an experience watching as possible. Kimono do find themselves ever so slightly ahead. Spoon, a big part of that, 18 and 12, has the most kills by a mile in this game, stalking with a BSW. Kimono have lost a team member, but that may not matter too much because at least Spoon is on the prowl, the BSW ready and waiting for a further soul to feed its furnace. But will it happen one more time? Into close range, Vivi goes down, shot in the head. 42 to 42, 1 minute left to play. Vertigo Gaming, thanks for that. I put a Facebook fan page, which is probably the best place if you'd like to find more of my stuff. Because my personal page is really just doesn't have too much actually on it. But the fan page is the best place to go if you'd like to hear other broadcasts and stuff which I get involved with. Anywho, back to the game at hand. Violence Blue managing to get ahead by 3. They may not have the best performing individual player, but spread across their ranks are enough kills to keep them in the lead. Naoto and Spoon both get kills, but they're still behind. Kimono struggling to catch up on Violence Blue when it matters the most. The last few seconds, it looks like Violence might be trying to go for a little hideroo. Will land one more kill. Can Kimono find 3 in that time? It doesn't seem like it. Violence Blue take game number 3. Alright guys, we will be heading to a break before that game 4 comes your way, but do you think Violence Blue can take the 3-1 or will it go to Rush? Mokro certainly thinks we're going to be seeing game 5. I hope so, because these guys have been putting on quite a show for us so far, and it seems a shame to miss out on any potential games. But there's only one way to find out and only one way to win any of our 3 giveaways, so stay tuned, because we'll be back soon. Yes, sorry, BLP Simon, thank you for reminding me. So in regards to the video, sorry for anyone who's not going to care about this, but just to answer BLP Simon's question about their YouTube video. So, I think there's some really good potential there, BLP, on your video. I'm not really sure why you've included the loading screen at the start of your video along with a little notification you got on iOS. That feels like that should probably not be there. But once you get into the video itself, your editing's actually pretty good. Like, I was actually quite impressed. The song choice is nice. It's quite an interesting song to bring them in. I don't know. But yeah, I think maybe you could afford to lose the first... Like, I put some sort of intro on there, but the intro that's on there at the moment I kind of feels a little weak in the first 15 seconds of your most recent video. But then it goes in and it's pretty good. I kind of feel like your editing is very strong. Though some of the footage isn't amazing. I kind of feel like you could probably... Honestly, I kind of feel like you probably could cut out the first 30 seconds of your video and not lose too much, or just replace it with something a bit more interesting. But once your video gets going, your editing is very, very good. I kind of feel like it's a little nauseating because it's so much of it, but I think the techniques that you're deploying are good. I think they just need to be applied a little bit less. A bit like Jam Gaming's constant fast forwarding was a little kind of like, ugh. I feel like, sorry, is it BLP? Yes, BLP. If you allowed for some more run-on sections between your like very snappy editing, I feel like the video would flow better. But as far as technique goes, I would say BLP, you've done very well on that front. But I think you just need to give your footage a little bit of room to breathe, because as it stands, it's just a little kind of like, oh my gosh, it's like having a seizure watching it. So I would, yeah, I'd just say, just like vary up what's in your video. Don't just have everything be like this really, really short bit of footage. Jam Gaming, just mentioning you in passing. Right, we have got another game up and ready. So let's make sure we've got everybody on the right side. Shazam! In case you're wondering what I'm using, which is Scoreboard. It's a little program you can get, which is pretty handy for this kind of stuff. But yes, Jam Gaming, I was just saying that BLP had sort of the same problem you did, which is that you have a good idea, which in your case was fast forwarding. And in BLP's case, it was very quick cuts around the place. Again, they were just kind of being a little overused. So in both cases, it made the videos quite hard to watch. But the idea was good. It just needed to be maybe mixed in with some normal footage as well. Alright, so enough about that. We're back into our finals. But yes, thank you guys for sharing your content, and I hope that what I've said has been in some way useful. Violence Blue winning game number 3 means they only have to do one more and they will be our champions of the day. A lot of you guys reckon that Kimono will manage to come back. The games have been extremely close between the two sides so far, but anything could happen on the museum. Violence Blue taking really establishing their base in the sarcophagus room, and it's Kimono who are looking to try and find their way around and access the soft underbelly if they can. Looks like they're going to try and break the bank here. Spoon not stopping for anyone, just going to charge forward through the team. Takes out Nitro, will get taken down. Where's the rest of Kimono to try and back up? A little bit late to the party. Take does come in, dropping another pistol kills. Will get one. And it looks like Violence Blue's stronghold not as impenetrable as perhaps they might hope. Hey Flank YouTube, how's it going? Yes, I'm starting to do some content on YouTube myself, so certainly I would appreciate you guys' feedback as and when that comes out. Certainly nothing as stylized, and as I said before, I think it will probably be games other than Mortal Kombat 5, just because I don't think I have that great of an insight into the game. As a player, I guess I'm more of a kind of talky, as you might expect, video content creator than a artistic one, but it's a cool idea. That delicious water keeps me talking all night long. Violence Blue lagging behind by just a single kill. Let's see who's getting the big numbers here. It is going to be Spoon and Seka with the strongest individual performances, but we've got to look across to Remix. 7 and 5 so far. Pretty good 22% accuracy as well. When you're talking about a heavy with a shotgun, that kind of accuracy is pretty reasonable. Roko's Gameplay Gaming, how do you like your steak? I'm not sure if you're even talking to me there, or why you would say that, but hey. Kieran Alex, well, I'm sure you got a swell voice too. Kappa, you got me. You got me, ya scallywag. He said a nice thing, then he took it back. Oh boy. Remix, trying to go for the old shotgun sniper technique. But Bob's going to show how it's done by taking out Spoon with a more traditional sniper rifle. Ah, Invertigo Gaming, thank you for that. That's kind of you to give me the old sub. I haven't really got anything there yet, but I will try and get some stuff done. My YouTube channel is found under my name. And I've unfortunately unable to do a smiley face because a little bit too cack-handed there. Still, Violence Blue managing to pull themselves ahead in this game before coming up to the 3-minute mark. Kimono are behind at this juncture. Remix just spinning round and round in circles. And Violence Blue looking to try and put this finals to bed here in the museum. Kimono do get cut down on the offense. Though Seka does get a kill back onto Turquoise, one of the strongest performers from the side of Violence Blue. Kimono trying to be throwing everything they can up into the face of Violence to preserve their chances of just maybe becoming our champions. Kieran Alex just playing, dude. You fiend, you play with my heart, sir. Clouds has a shotgun. I really like what we're seeing here. So Clouds, knowing that they've got to reload, runs past the opposition to try and confuse them, and this is a very powerful tactic when you're dealing with people who are mostly using sniper rifles and their lateral side-to-side movement isn't so good. So because Clouds knew that if he stood in front of somebody and tried to reload, they would just die. So instead he just runs right past them, which would normally seem to be a bit of a death sentence, but because it's so hard to turn around with a sniper rifle, then it's actually probably the most sensible technique while you wait for the long reload time on the shotgun to just duck past them and try your best. It would have worked pretty well as well for Clouds had they not been about to run into the entirety of Violence Blue on the other side of that person. But still, it feels like the principle was sound. Spoon, 10 and 8, 28% accuracy so far, pretty solid stuff. But always keep an eye out when we're looking at these players to see where are the rest of the team. Remix will get taken out 1v1, but Spoon is far, far away from the rest of the team. We'll take out Turquoise, but so maybe this flanking is working pretty well. We'll come up the stairs, but we'll get cut to pieces. 2 kills back in the pocket of Violence Blue, and it's 35-35, just over a minute left to play. Violence only need 1 kill to be ahead of Kimono, and this final will be over when the clock strikes 0. Alright, we're coming down to the wire here. Who do you guys think? Will Kimono manage it? Seka will go down to Turquoise. We mentioned before how they're a big power player for Violence Blue, and pulling it out when it matters. Kimono need to find 1 more kill, then another. Turquoise finds a flank round to Naruto, and that is the danger of the positioning. Spoon gets a kill, but Violence Blue stacking them up. 25 seconds left to go. Kimono starting to get a little bit desperate here. Seka almost goes down, looking to try and find enough time to recover. But every moment is precious for Kimono right now. Turquoise and Vive both get kills. Kimono managing to somehow keep up. Only 1 kill separating Take, looking for that kill. Spoon goes down to Nitro, and that's it by a single kill. Violence Blue will be our Blue January iOS Cup #1 champions. Clement Weatherly, you will be disappointed because sadly we will have no Game 5 between these two. Let's look across and see who we get as our MVP for the final game. I think it is going to be Turquoise, 14 and 8, very strong individual performance, and a well-earned victory for Violence Blue. Just going to let Soldier Girl, our hard work and admin for today, know what's going on and that everything has been done and dusted. As long as I've been streaming today, which feels like quite a long time, Soldier Girl has been working for even longer, so please do show her some appreciation. If you see her around in the chat, I think she's been working for like, I'd say about, maybe about 11 hours straight. I don't even know if she's even taken a break in that one. So anytime you see the admins around, please do show them some love, because they are definitely the hardest working member of our production, doing the least noticeable job, which is making sure the tournament actually even runs. But yes, that was fast compared to our previous tournament, because we didn't see most of it, but nonetheless, it happened pretty darn quickly. Alright, so let's get our giveaway winners done. So I'm going to do Facebook first of all, because that tends to be the one which has the biggest churn as far as people who tend to miss and notice. Okay, our Facebook winner will be Solomon Canny. Please post your dog tag and platform. Alright, moving on to YouTube. Let's pop across there. And let's roll them bones. Who we got? Who we got? Okay, our YouTube winner is Deshawn Tube, which I'm assuming is someone with their own platform. Oh, there you go, Deshawn Tube, you are still posting, so hopefully you'll pick that one up. And over on the Twitch page, let's get our final giveaway. Let's see. Oh, interesting. What are you saying there in Spanish? Let's find out. First comment Spanish. Like the game is a pass. Well, in that case,
Gracias por ver.
Gracias por ver. Yeah, well, at least that's easy to say. Gracias por ver. All our Spanish-speaking fanderinos. Thank you guys for watching. Right, over on the on the Twitch page, giveaway winner will be Solex662. Solex, congratulations. So let's just run through and see if we've got answers. Deshawn Tube, excellent. Got your entry in. And let's just make a note of that. YouTube, Deshawn Tube. Deshawn, oh, there you go, Android as well. Excellent, that's the two pieces of intel we need. Let's have a look across onto Facebook. Solomon Canny, got your details as well. Nicely done, nicely done. Let's get those all locked away. Facebook. Solomon Canny, you've got your... Oh, I see, you won a Mob Crush during the Android one as well. Well, congratulations for winning twice. And Solex is the last person we're waiting on the Twitch page. Hopefully they are still around. There we go. Excellent. Thank you, Solex, for that. So that will be it for today. I do apologise for the abbreviated stream, but that is the consequence of having the longest Android tournament that we ever have had before running immediately before it. I can see you guys have made some good contacts in the chat. Hopefully you'll be able to support each other. And if you guys found it useful, then we can always do some more Modern Combat 5 content review on future streams whenever we've got the time to do so. But for now, thank you so much for coming to join us for Blue Cup #1 January edition on the iOS. And if you come back in just over 12 hours, you can see it happen for iOS Red. And if that's not enough, then you will also have the delightful company of Hacksaw, assuming that he's woken up in time. Gameet King, when did you win your last Twitch giveaway? If it's in the last couple of weeks, there's been quite a big delay while Gameloft have been on holiday. So that might explain why you haven't received it. But if it's longer than, basically, if it's outside of December, then I'll need to take your dog tag platform because you should have gotten it. But if it's in December, especially towards the later half, then it's quite likely just waiting to be actioned once they come back next week. So I wouldn't necessarily assume it would come at the start of next week, but by the end of next week, last week of December. Okay, so Gameloft will have been away at that point. So I would imagine that I'd leave it another week or so because they'll be back next week. They'll need some time to catch up on everything. So by the time we come around to the next tournament, if you haven't received it at that point, Gameet King, let me know your dog tag and when you won, and then we'll get it looked into further. But at the moment, it's pretty much as I would expect at this stage, which unfortunately, it's just everything's just a little bit behind at the moment. Fabio Uno, unfortunately, the giveaways have all been done and dusted. Yes, I'll just take them off the screen just to stop that from being confusing. A lot of logos to get taken off. And of course, we need to give some love across to our champions, Violence Blue. Alright, just updated that on the stream. Anyway, guys, thank you for all of y'all who have stuck with us in whatever capacity you could. It's been quite a ride. Thank you again to Soldier Girl and Envy when they were able to offer assistance. And particularly Soldier Girl for sticking with us for actually doing more work than anyone else to make the stream happen. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go collapse and die now. So hopefully we'll catch you back in just 12 hours. Hopefully we'll have a hacksaw to bring you all of those dulcet tones once again. But for now, good night or good day, wherever you are. Catch you later.